Here we are again, just talking to my people out there in the internet verse or the interverse, the internet verse, the internet verse. So, as you know, if you've been following my content, first of all, this channel talks about various amounts of subjects, ranging could range from whatever. It can talk about science. We could talk about politics. We could talk about local stuff. We could talk a little about anything. Um, but today I want to talk about heat. And hello, Mr. Sun. Today I want to talk about heat. I want to talk about um, the effects that a temperature does to a person. Now, I've observed a couple of things while all this has been going down. If you don't mind, I'm going to talk in this voice. Now, I've observed some things while all this has been going down in southern Louisiana. Um, when the storm came, as you know, it knocked down big transmission towers. It knocked down a lot of light poles. So it turned lights off. So they're telling us that it'll take about a month or 3 weeks to get the lights running. Now, some people say the lights might come on around September the 8th, but the damage done by Hurricane Ida was so significant that I really don't believe it. I really believe it'll take more than 3 weeks or a month to really get the city back to function a proper economy. But one of the things I have noticed, you know, weather affects people. The cold affects people. When it's cold outside, for one, you don't really want to be outside. And for two, you tend to cover up. So you don't like to show your body outside. Your attitude changes because the cold weather affects your attitude. Um, whether in a real negative, it could be, or whether it's an extreme negative or an extreme positive. So being down here and it's hot and the lights are off and there's no AC to run to, and not many people have a generator because no one wants to worry about uh, the gas issue, because there's also a gas issue down here, but that's another video. But what does the heat do to people? Now, cold makes people go inside. Cold weather makes people go to warmer places. Cold brings out um, um, a home idea, an idea of I want to go home. It's cold outside. I don't want to deal with the cold. And you know, cold is still even in terms of conversation. When you say, "Yeah, the boss is being cold to me," you automatically know what that means. That means the boss is getting away from me. Or, "Yeah, my woman's acting cold today." Like, yeah, my woman ain't messing with me. Cold means to get away. In nature, everything runs from cold. Uh, Birds fly south for the winter. Um, Bears hibernate. Bears go in a cave and hibernate. A lot of animals uh, did burrow underground. Everything runs from cold. Nothing likes cold. Nothing stays. Cold, actually, if you put it in a biblical sense, cold is uh, almost not righteous. It's it's uh it's death. It kills everything. It kills food. It kills moods. You know, free cold is very negative. And now with the heat, I've been noticing with the people, it's hot all the time now because you can't run from the heat. And has anybody noticed? Has there been almost like a a sexual thing happening where it seems like a lot of women? are starting to become more sexual. They're starting to speak more sexual. You know, when they talk about sex, they can refer to it as the heat. When a woman is horny, or I'm sorry, or when a dog is horny, they'll say, "Hey, that dog's in heat." Whenever they talk about making love in song, talk about the heat. And I've been noticing women are becoming more open as far as in conversation. A lot of women are having more conversation than I think they've ever had, as far as being more flirtatious. I wonder if you noticed it, or have you ever noticed it? When the heat comes, clothes come off. When you go to the beach, a beach represents heat, hot climate. A beach represents tropical. When you are on the beach, women tend to wear less clothes. Women tend to show off their bottoms. Women tend to be women won't even mind being naked because it's hot outside, and heat brings sex. You know, and I kind of noticed that lately. Just watching, observing conversations people having, and the conversations that's been going on with me, where I noticed that women are complete strange women are being almost more sexual because they're hot all the time. And it's a little something interesting I was thinking about. How heat affects people. It can now the negative of heat is that it can spark violence because you're outside and it's hot and you're violent and you want to, it's a reason because because heat brings everything outside, and everything outside comes with it, which is the negative or the positive. The negative is that it's hot. We all outside. You outside. You bump into more people. You're getting to more arguments. Or you're getting to more conversations, which can turn into arguments, and the shit can get bad. And the negatives I've seen with the heat is that there's a short fuse, and you can almost see it in people's faces. The short fuse of I'll punch a motherfucker in the face in a minute because it's hot outside. Little things I've been noticing, man. The weather is a mystical thing, and it can affect all of us. We really don't think about that. How, uh, and we really don't think about how effective the weather is. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you like, put a cash app at the bottom. Give whatever you want. Everything's appreciated. Anyway,